In the last video, you learned how to create the notes. Now, in this video, you're going to learn how to add code that will allow the user to edit and save the notes. So what we want to do is head over to detailviewcontroller.m, and we want to do just like we did in all the other videos, go ahead and import our grocery data.h file. And then what you want to do is find the method that should be named configure view. There it is. And from configure view, what we want to do is delete what was written for us already. And we want to write the code that's going to grab whatever item on our list is next, or whatever list item that we're working with. So what we want to do is define an NS string. I'm going to name it current list, and what it's going to be initialized to is whatever the current item is that we're working with. And so now what we want to do is check to see if current list is the default text. Right, so what we want to do with the code that I just added here is we're checking to see if our list is populated, and if it's populated with just the default. So if it's set to the default at this point, then we want to go ahead and add the piece of data that we're already working with. If it's not, we want to just go ahead and leave it with default. Notice the empty string. Don't forget in Objective-C, you have to precede a string value with the @ symbol. Last but not least, with this last line, self tview become first responder, we're making sure that the keyboard is going to pop up so that the user can input additional items on the list. All right, so now what we have to do is write a method that's going to get rid of the current screen. So what we're going to name this guy is view will disappear. And you can see your helpers through Xcode. And the first thing that I want to do is make sure that the text field we're working with is not blank. And if it's not blank, we're going to save the data. And if the text field is blank, then we're going to delete the data. All right. And so notice, to save some time, I've gone ahead and typed the code in here. And basically what this code does is just what I said. We're going to take a look at the data we're working with, and if it's data that we want to keep around, we're going to save that data. It's default text. Otherwise, we're going to delete that data and then finally save our list. In the next video, what we're going to do is work with making sure that we can add a name to that note, make sure it displays nicely in our table view, and be able to delete these notes. If you want to, you can go ahead and run your simulator, and you'll see what we have so far. The biggest thing you'll notice is when we want to add a grocery item to our grocery list, it automatically populates with the date and time pair there. But when we go in to add a detail for our list, our keyboard shows up. So what we're going to do next is learn how to actually add a title that makes sense to each item on our grocery list, and also learn how to delete these items from our list.